We've all got imaginations that bring us some cool thoughts from time to time. We've even seen movies or had dreams about weird and magical things, and creatures can sometimes feature in these. Sometimes, these amazing and over-the-top sensations are caught on camera in real life. But are they real, or a made-up version that's so good it seems like they're the real deal? It's hard to know unless you've actually witnessed it for yourself. So, let's get right in and see the 10 mythical creatures that could actually exist. Number 10. Mythical creature number 10 comes from North American folklore. We know this creature as Bigfoot or Sasquatch. This creature is said to be ape-like in look and nature, covered in hair and dwelling in the wilderness, leaving gigantic footprints that would make your hair stand on end. The Bigfoot phenomena is closely associated with the Pacific Northwest regions, including British Columbia, Washington, and Oregon, but sightings have occurred all over North America. Sightings by folk who have claimed to see the creature state that it is muscular, being exceptionally tall in stature, around 6 to 9 feet actually, and being covered in dark red, dark brown, or black hair. Some have claimed to see the enormous footprints, which are said to be as large as 24 inches in length, with an enormous width of 8 inches. Many have captured their claims with photography or on video, but it's hard to tell if they're the real deal, even though many have been scientifically tested and marked off as the real McCoy. Number 9. Next, we move to mythical creature number 9 that could actually be real. This creature is known as the Yeti or abominable snowman. The indigenous name given by the people of the region is Mete, and it is these people of the Himalayas who have named it so. The Yeti is widely known as a mythological creature in the Himalayan region, and this region includes a massive land area that includes Bhutan, India, Nepal, Russia, and Tibet. It is here that people have witnessed it, and it is explained as being an ape-like creature which is taller than the average human. The first stories began to emerge in the early 19th century as a part of culture that was witnessed by many people during that era. Scientists believe there is a lack of evidence to support the claims, but the sightings have been so surreal and regular within the region, it's kind of hard to deny that this creature might actually be real. Limited footage has been captured, but the numbers of people who believe in the truth of its existence must speak for something. Number 8. The number 8 mythical creature that could actually exist is known as the Yohi, and this creature is said to come from Australian folklore. The Yohi is said to live in the outback of Australia and has been deep-rooted in the cultural aspects for the native Aborigines. It is said to be found in outback Queensland or in parts of New South Wales. The Aborigines call these creatures by many names, including Quinkin or Jugavina. The creature is described to be like an ape and having an upright height of between 6 or 12 feet. That's absolutely monumental! The tracks of the Yohi are said to be inconsistent in shape, and no one really knows the number of digits they have due to the unreliably different findings which have occurred. Behaviorally, it has been described as shy and timid, but for others they have noted it to be aggressive and violent, which is the polar opposite of the first statements. Some Aboriginal sources claim that the Yohi is merely a legend as part of their dream time, a cultural group of stories handed down to each generation for education and belief system necessity. Those who have seen it or captured it believe in it fully, and others who haven't seem to be really skeptical about the footage, but we'll let you decide. Number 7. The number 7 most mythical creature that could actually exist is the mermaid. And this one's a biggie because it seems so unreal and far-fetched. In fact, mermaids are said to be so beautiful that they are dreamlike for those who claim to have encountered one. Mermaids are mythically said to have originated in Greece. These amazing creatures are aquatic in nature and are described as having the upper body and head of a human woman and the tail of a huge fish. They resonate in many cultures, spanning from Africa, Asia, and many places in Europe too. There is also a male version or equivalent which is said to be a merman. This creature is represented as a human male for the head and upper body part with the same fish tail as the mermaid. Many have said that they coexist with their human counterparts. The collective term for them is merfolk or merpeople. The word mermaid is a collaborative word of Old English where mer means sea and maid means young woman or girl. There isn't really a whole bunch of evidence, but there are still sightings around the globe annually. Does this sound fishy, or is this the catch of the day? Well, let you decide. Number 6. The next most mythical creature that could actually exist is the werewolf. Now, we've all seen the movies and the coolest tales on these creatures from the Hollywood perspective, but some say that these creatures actually exist on Earth and that they've seen them in person. A werewolf is a human with the ability to shapeshift into a wolf or wolf-like creature. The concept of occurrence changes from the mythological perspective depending upon its origin, but most folklore describes the affliction of the werewolf state as being a curse or a transformative action occurring due to a bite or scratch from another of its kind. Many other takes say that it is only on a full moon that the change occurs for the beast-like creature, where the human goes from a normal person into a wild and vicious beast who seeks to bite, scratch, and maim its prey, looking for its victims in the dead of night, searching for an easy victim. We're still not sure if these creatures are mythical or if they actually exist. What do you believe? Number 5. The number 5 mythical creature that could actually exist is the vampire. These human-like creatures are a part of our reality in Hollywood and have been a huge part of popular culture for many centuries. Big names like Dracula have been on the big screen and left us with a great experience visually and from an entertainment perspective, but some say they've actually seen vampires for real and that they're definitely not a part of any folklore or mythology. Vampires are said to need blood to survive, and there are different understandings globally about their behaviors too. However, not being able to survive in sunlight is a big belief. Being turned off by garlic and holy water or the Christian cross are also part and parcel to the folklore and beliefs surrounding them. Many reports were logged in the 18th century where mass hysteria occurred in Eastern Europe and the Balkans. To this day, the most famous account of a vampire was in Bram Stoker's 1897 novel Dracula. Number 4. The number 4 most mythical creature that could actually exist is a little less obvious perhaps. However, there have been many sightings and photographs taken of this, which is linked to the paranormal realm. Because of this, our number 4 is the demon. Demons are said to be evil, horrible creatures who seek souls or want to take over souls for the purpose of control and live out a plan that's the opposite of God per se. Sometimes, the demons can taunt the human or they can actually go into their body, using the victim as a host to do their evil work. They can both terrorize and control their victims at will. The definition of a demon is given as a malevolent and supernatural being that is prevalent in religion, literature, fiction, occultism, mythology, and in folklore. There are numerous amounts of evidence to show that these mythical creatures are, in fact, very real. Sometimes, the major evidence being given is actually seen in the behavior of a human who has been overcome by a demon, which most usually occurs in cases related to exorcism. Number 3. The third most mythical creature that might actually exist is the fairy. Popular in Europe and also in Celtic, Slavic, German, English, and French cultures, the fairy is known to be an elusive and magical creature. Fairies are said to be demoted angels, or some Christian cultures say they are even demons or spirits of the dead. Certain cultures also call them elementals, or the precursors to humans. So, it is said that these small-statured mythical creatures are said to have magical powers, and are also supposedly known for their trickster behaviors. Other words relating to these beings include enchanted, lucky, and flying. Throughout history, there have been many claims of seeing these beings, with some exceptional footage taken of these tiny creatures related to the magical realm. Many movies, books, and folklore have been themed around them, just like the character Tinkerbell in Disney's famous movie, Peter Pan. Number 2. The second most mythical creature is about to be busted. Do you know what this one is? It's very popular and has been around for a long time as a part of the world's most unsolved mysteries. Okay, the spot number 2 goes to the mystery of the Lochness Monster. This mythical creature has been spotted so many times that it's not hard to believe that there is some truth to its reality. The Lochness Monster is definitely a folklore favorite. This creature is said to be a massive water creature that inhabits Loch Ness, located in the Scottish Highlands. It gained most of its attention in 1933 for the evidence captured via photographs and sonar readings at that exciting time. We think the evidence is pretty solid on this one, but the scientific community still has many doubts related to their beliefs of many hoaxes and due to the seemingly large number of misidentifications of mundane objects. The Inverness Courier described a sighting of the Loch Ness Monster published on the 2nd of May in the year 1933. Apparently, the waves seen as it took a final plunge underneath the surface of the water were quoted as being big enough to have been caused by a passing steamer. We love this number 2 mythical creature that could actually exist. It's so surreal and has scientific evidence to back it too.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. Alright, so now here's the one that you've been patiently waiting for. The number 1 mythical creature that could actually exist is... ghosts. Ghosts are spirits of the dead whose soul remains in the living world. And we love this one because there is just so much evidence and so many sightings that support its truth. There are even experts who make it their business to prove their existence. Ghosts are one of the most written about, talked about, and studied supernatural phenomenon. Worldwide, stories have been seen across cultures, generations, and throughout history for many years. In fact, if you ask around in your circle of friends or family, chances are that most people know of or have seen some phenomena relating to these mythical and supernatural beings. Some tales are scary and others seem like they're a beautiful experience. Either way, we've given this mythical creature our top spot because of all the hysteria and hype that seems too real to be unreal. Have you ever seen a ghost? Or perhaps you know someone who has? We think they're more than deserving of this number 1 spot on our countdown of the 10 mythical creatures that could actually exist. And hey, let's hear some of your experiences below in our comments section. We wonder if you can scare us with your amazing story. Let's find out! Wow, imagine coming face to face with any of these amazing creatures. We can't really be sure whether they're real or not, but for now we'll keep them in the mythical creatures category. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great countdowns on super topics related to top 10. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time for another adventurous ride.